Hello everyone. Today we will be learning rules of debit and credit, which guide the system of accounts. They are known as the golden rules of accountancy. You need to remember these rules as they form base for accounting. So here is the chart which we have already discussed. Accounts can be divided into two main categories: personal account and impersonal account. Further, impersonal accounts can be divided into again two categories: real account and nominal account. Now let us see the rule of each account. So let us see the rule for personal account. First, personal accounts are the accounts which are related to persons, institutions, or companies. In personal account either receives something or gives something in the business. If person has taken the benefit of business, debit his account, and if person has given benefit to the business, then credit his account. In personal account, for transaction, the name of person is at center. According to this nature of personal account, the rule of debit and credit are framed. So here is the rule for personal account: debit the receiver and credit the giver. Whenever a person receives the benefit in the form of goods or cash, the account of the person is debited by the amount of benefit received. Let us understand it with the help of examples. So first example is goods sold to Prakash. Here, first we will have to identify the account which will be affected and will come under personal account. In this transaction, Prakash is here the name is given, Prakash is a personal account as being the name of human being. Then we will have to determine whether he is receiver of the benefit from business or he is a giver of the benefit to business. Here Prakash is the receiver of benefit in the form of goods. He is receiving goods because it has been sold to him. So his account will be debited. Here debit word can be denoted by DR. So what we did here? First we identified the personal account. In this transaction, we identified that Prakash is a personal account. And as he is receiving the goods or receiving the benefit in the form of goods. So what does our rule say? Debit the receiver. Rule of personal account is debit the receiver. If the person is receiving the benefit, then his account must be debited. That's why as he is a receiver of the benefit, so we have debited his account. Now let's take second example, goods purchased from Saurabh. Here first we will identify the name of the account which will come under personal account. So here Saurabh is personal account as being the name of a human being. Now we will determine whether he is receiving the benefit or he is giving the benefit to the business. So first write name of the account which will come under personal account. So this is Saurabh's account. Then we have to identify whether he is receiving the benefit from the business or he is giving the benefit to the business. So here Saurabh is the giver of benefit in the form of goods. So his account will be credited. Personal account. And as he is giving the benefit in the form of goods, so his account will be credited. He is the giver. And his account will be credited. Here credit word can be denoted by CR. Now you must be thinking why we will consider Saurav as giver. If we have purchased goods from Saurav, then he must be receiving cash for goods sold by him. But no, he has not received cash yet. He will receive it in future, as this transaction is credit transaction, as here name is given, no cash word is mentioned, which indicates that it is credit transaction that we have learned in previous video. So in current situation, he is the giver of benefit in the form of goods. So his account will be credited. Here debtor-creditor relationship will arise. Here Saurav is the creditor for business, as he will receive money from the business in future. Now let's see third example, that is cash paid to Mohan, rupees 5,000. So here first we will identify the name of the account which will come under personal account. So here Mohan account will come under personal account, as again this is the name of a person. And further we will ascertain whether he is a benefit receiver or benefit giver. Here Mohan is a receiver of the benefit. What benefit he is receiving? He is receiving benefit in the form of cash. So Mohan's account is to be debited. So here first we will write name of the account, Mohan's account, which will come under personal account. And if we apply the formula of personal account, according to that, debit the receiver. So as he is a receiver, so his account will be debited, DR. Now let's see the fourth example. Rupees 20,000 deposited with Bank of Baroda. Here again, first step is to identify the name of the account which will come under personal account. So here Bank of Baroda is personal account, as bank is an institution. It is a legal artificial person, and as we know, personal account is related to persons as well as institutions or companies. So here personal account is Bank of Baroda. Now we will apply the rule of personal account. First we will determine whether bank is a receiver of the benefit or it is a giver of the benefit. Here in this transaction, bank is the receiver of the benefit. How receiver of the benefit? Because here bank is receiving benefit in the form of cash. Here cash is being deposited in the bank. So we will write the name of the account which will come under personal account, that is bank account. It will come under personal account. And we have identified that bank is a receiver here. Receiver. So it will be debited. Now let us understand rule 2, that is rule of real account. As I have explained you in previous video that real accounts can be categorized into two categories, goods account and assets account. Or we can say that it deals with all kinds of assets, and the rule is debit what comes in and credit what goes out. If goods or an asset is coming in the business, that will be debited. And when goods or an asset is going out of business, that will be credited. So in this way, here rule is framed like debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Let's have its clear understanding with the help of examples. First example is purchased machine for rupees 10,000 in cash. So here first we will identify the account which will come under real account. Here two accounts are affected and both will come under real account, that is machine account and cash account. Both these are assets and assets are related or it will come under real account. So here first we will write the name of the account which will be affected. Here first one is machine account and second is cash account. Both are assets, that's why both will come under the rule of real account. Real account. This is also real account. Now we have to decide whether the asset, that is machine, is coming in the business or it is going out of business. Here as we have purchased machine, that means machine is coming into the business and asset is coming into the business. So as per the rule, debit what comes in. Here machine account will be debited. So here machine comes in. This is the reason and it will be debited as per the rule. Now second account is cash account. Cash is also an asset for the business. So here also we will apply real account rule. So let us determine whether cash is coming in the business or it is going out of business. Here as we have purchased machine and in order to purchase that we have paid cash. We have made payment by cash. Hence cash is going out of business. So we will write here reason goes out. So it will be credited. Let us see another example. Sold goods of rupees 2,000 on cash. Here in the above example, in example number 1, as we have seen that a particular and definite thing is given that has been purchased, that is machine. So we have used it as machine account. But in this transaction here, in transaction second, it is not certain that what kind of goods have been sold. Hence, here we will use term sales account. That means whenever goods are sold or purchased, then we will not name it as goods account. And I have already explained you in previous video that various types of account arise due to goods related transaction as per the situation. That means if goods are purchased, then purchase account will arise. If goods are sold, then sales account will arise. Similarly, purchase return accounts, sales return account are there. So these are the accounts which arise due to goods related transaction. So here two accounts will come under real account. These are, as we have sold goods, so sales account and cash account. Goods are also asset for the business and cash is also asset for the business. And as we know, assets are related to real account. Name of the account, real account, both will come under this category. Now we have to decide whether goods is coming into the business or it is going out of business. Here, as we have sold goods, that means goods are going out of business. So here we will write goes out. So as goods are going out of business, so as per the rule of real account, credit what goes out. So here sales account will be credited. And as we have sold goods, then we must have got cash for that. Here cash is coming into the business. Cash comes in. And as per the rule, debit what comes in. Here cash is coming in the business. That's why cash account will be debited. Now let's move on to nominal accounts. Nominal accounts are related to expenses, losses, income and gains. And rule for nominal account is debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains. Let us understand this with the help of example. Example number 1, rupees 10,000 paid for salary. So first let us identify the name of the account which will come under nominal account. So here salary account will come under nominal account as it is an expense for the business. And what does our rule say? Rule of nominal account, that debit all expenses and losses. So as per the rule, first we will write name of the account which we have identified, that is salary account. Salary account will come under nominal account. And it is an expense for the business. So as per the rule, debit all expenses, that's why salary account will be debited. Now let's take another example. Example second, interest received rupees 2,000. So here first step is to identify the name of the account which will come under nominal account. Here interest account is nominal account. And if we apply formula of nominal account, then interest account will be debited or credited? It will be credited as business is receiving interest. That is, interest is an income for the business. So first write the name of the account, interest account. It will come under nominal account. And it is an income for the business. So as per the rule, credit all incomes, it will be credited. So in this way, we will apply rule on different type of accounts. So these were the rules of personal account, real account and nominal account. I hope you would have understood. Thank you very much.